This is the 2024 Volvo S60 Recharge. Is it the best compact executive sedan? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. And today I'm at Volvo Cars of Shreveport to give you the information to answer that question. Maybe you just want to see what this car is all about. I'm going to definitely show you the ins and the outs. And as far as 2024 goes, a couple of changes to tell you about. You're going to find that the dark theme is now standard and the cold climate package now adds heated seats. So that means heated seats, the heated steering wheel, and the high pressure headlight washers. So all of that will be here. We'll also have obviously our LED lighting. You're going to have quite a bit of gloss black in a multitude of areas. The signature Volvo look here with the logo and the front grille. This model is also all-wheel drive, so there are obviously a lot of advantages where that's concerned. And as far as your side view mirrors go, they're heated, they're power adjustable. You're going to have the gloss black mirror caps, turn signal indicators built in, and your blind spot information system right here, indicators in both side view mirrors. And here is your charge point. This is a plug-in hybrid, by the way. So obviously it will come with the cable. You can plug that in. This model does have very impressive mileage when you're driving on battery only. Might be a little surprising depending on what else you've looked at. You'll also find that the interior front and rear seats very comfortable and very supportive. And I told you that this model is all-wheel drive. How about your tire and wheel size? 235 will be your width of 40 series sidewall wrapped around the 19-inch wheels. And for those who may be interested in seeing the remote, if you haven't seen it in the past, one thing that's a little different here is that you don't have the buttons on the face of the remote. They are all located here on the side. And one more thing I didn't talk about earlier because I had the exterior lighting on and the ignition on. So here is that extra feature. These are also power folding side view mirrors. Under the hood, you'll find the 2-liter direct injection turbocharged 4-cylinder paired with the electric motor. That makes up to an 8-speed Geartronic automatic transmission, 455 horsepower, and 523 pounds-feet of torque. Impressive numbers, that's for sure. And let's take a look at the MPGs. So here we go. Electricity, 74 miles per gallon. Gasoline, only 31 miles per gallon. You have a 15.9 gallon gas tank and 41 miles of range on battery only. And there are a few different ways to gain access to your cargo area, including the hands-free option, 11.6 up to 13.8 cubic feet. You can see that I've lowered the rear seats down. Now you don't find a spare tire back here. There is a tire repair kit, just to let you know. A little space here on the side for storage. There is a 12-volt power outlet back here. And if you want to know how to lower these seats flat, as I did earlier to maximize cargo space, the buttons to do so are located right there. So in case you wanted to know about that. And you do have a pass-through. You will open that within the interior of the trunk area, and it just lowers this little door right here down, and that gives you your pass-through to take advantage of another potential option for cargo space. And let's see what your rear seat passengers are going to find. How comfortable is the armrest back here? It's always good to know about that, isn't it? Well, when I put my arm up there, it seems to be pretty comfortable. That's why it's better not to just press down on it like that, because that doesn't always tell the tale. The door bins for a compact executive sedan, probably not bad. Now for you parents out there that are going to take advantage of the latch system back here, the good thing is that you don't have to keep up with any kind of a cover. It stays in place, you just flip it up and out of the way. That is nice. And obviously the fold down armrest right here, it does have cup holders built in. You just have to get them, move them in or out of place right there. That makes things nice and simple. Obviously, here's the look of this vantage point with the panoramic sunroof. And we'll find a little bit of storage here on the rear of the seats, kind of a seat net more than a seat pocket. Heated seats, as well. These are the outboard seats that are heated at least, and USB connectivity right there. And for those who are saying, all right, Tom, I'm interested in going in and buying that S60 at Volvo Cars of Shreveport, what can I expect to pay? $59,545 is the price. Let's see what else you get for that price. More space here with the front doors, larger armrest, same feel as what we had on the rear, but you definitely have a larger door bin as well. Heated seats for the driver and the passenger. They are both power adjustable, easy to deal with, a little bit of space. I guess I could say a reasonable amount of space here within the glove box area. And we'll find some controls here for the radio. Pretty easy to deal with there. And the shifter, I like the fact that it fits in the palm of your hand so well. That's always a nice feature to have. And out of habit, I know when I hop in these Volvos, I tend to reach up here to start the engine, but this is what you're going to use. It's not a button, it's actually more of a dial, a switch of sorts that allows you to do that. So you can see what else is here, your cup holders that can be concealed away if so desired. And the center console right here, it's going to have some space in there. Connectivity again, USB and 12-volt power outlet. And here on the driver's side door, obviously you'll have a few additional switches and features, including seat memory right there. Two different settings. That's nice to know that it is there. And you'll open the gas door. You do have a gas tank obviously here. That's going to be on the passenger side of the S60, and you can open that trunk back there when you're ready to do that. Here's how you're going to control your exterior lighting, headlights, taillights, all that good stuff. And obviously right here, your windshield wiper. The steering wheel, very easy to deal with. Nice steering wheel mounted controls, pretty simple to figure out. And the dash here. And you can have navigation on there and quite a few different things. It'll give you messages when you're getting low on fuel and ask if you want to go find a gas station, all that kind of stuff. Makes it nice and convenient. And a bit of a unique look here with the design of the air conditioning vents, especially here in the center around the touchscreen. Now, the one thing that a lot of people have always knocked here on these Volvos has been the touchscreen, saying it's complicated to learn and use. You will control your air conditioning and all that good stuff right here. However, you do have Google Assistant that I'm not going to demonstrate today because I don't want to unintentionally set off devices in your homes. So, you know how it works. Hey, you know who. You can ask Google to adjust the temperature and a lot of different things. You can set up navigation with voice commands through Google. Quite a bit going on here. And something else that I wanted to show you right here. How about your driving modes? Well, for those of you that maybe haven't looked at an S60 for the last couple of years or so, used to have a drive mode selector down here. Well, now you have to go into settings as I just did, and you can go in here and make changes to the drive mode, as you can see. And there are a few other things here as far as that goes. If you're wondering about safety assistance features, lane keeping assist is there, road sign information. You can see what all is here, driving dynamics, all of that is here. Pretty simple to figure out. I don't think this is that very complicated to deal with. I think it's just once you get used to it, probably not a big deal, but I'm curious for you owners out there, what has your experience been like? And let's look at the different camera views on and around the vehicle. We'll go right here, and this is how we're going to select our different views depending on what you need to see and where you need to see. It's pretty easy to figure out. Like I said, I think some people look at this and think it's overly complicated, but again, I don't deal with this every single day. If you do, I'm curious to know what your experience is like. And obviously, when you go into reverse, your cameras will come up again. You can see what else is here as far as assistance goes. There is the parking or button to go into park. Pretty easy to deal with, that's for sure. But one thing I'm very curious to know about is what it's like to get out on the road. Now, one more thing I do want to show, because I know a lot of you like to see it here. Here is everything with your upper console as far as your features go. Right here, you don't really have a button to control your sunroof. You just swipe your finger across. And I have the power shade closed right now, but to open that, you'll swipe back, the shade will open, and to open the sunroof, you'll do the same thing and bring that back forward. Pretty easy to figure out. You probably didn't need me to tell you about that. All right, we're out on the road for our test drive, and one thing I don't think I mentioned earlier in the video is the fact that you do have a tilt and telescopically adjustable steering wheel. There's just a release underneath where you can release that and move it wherever you need to, and then obviously put that back in place before you head down the road. You'd probably only make that mistake one time. Imagine driving down the road with all kinds of problems with the steering wheel moving all over the place. But one way or another, a lot of adjustability to make you comfortable as the driver. And as I mentioned earlier, these seats are very comfortable and very supportive. I think this would be a perfect vehicle for a nice long road trip. And the good thing is, if you want to have a bit of a sporty driving experience, you definitely have plenty of horsepower and torque here for that. And what's interesting is that you don't really have to push all that hard on the accelerator pedal to find out that there's plenty there. Just easing onto it, I can tell that there's a lot of power and a lot of torque. I haven't really had a chance to step on it just yet, but we'll see here shortly. Obviously, with all the power that's available, you can get the job done however you need to. Probably have to take it a little bit easy since the deputy sheriff just cruised on by, but we'll get on down the road and do something when it's appropriate. But one way or another, I mean, you don't have to go around really fast or hot rodding it or anything like that to have a good time. It definitely takes care of business just driving down the road. The ride quality itself, when you balance that in with the seats, for me, is good. I think it's very comfortable. That's one of the reasons why I like to tell people you need to drive these vehicles for yourself to find out, well, what it's really like. You might say, well, Tom, you said it was really comfortable. You might say it's not as comfortable as you expected. Or you might say, man, it was even better than you made it sound. So it really depends on what you're used to, but one way or another, a very enjoyable vehicle to drive. Pretty easy to see out of too. That's always a good thing. You do have your blind spot information system obviously to help out with everything. So when it comes to being able to see, you can not only see really well, but you have all those indicators and all your different safety features and all that good stuff that is here. One way or another, I know a lot of people, as we talked about earlier in the video, say that this is a difficult infotainment screen to deal with, but the thing about that is the fact that with Google Assistant, it's easier than ever. So it makes a really big difference where that's concerned. It goes back to the fact that I'm not used to dealing with this every single day, but one way or another, you have a real nice balance here of a car that's comfortable, that has plenty of power, plenty of torque. It still can save you a lot of money with gas, obviously. But at the same time, it's very practical in a lot of ways because it's all-wheel drive. So being all-wheel drive, that's going to help you out driving in the snow if you live in an area where you get a lot of that. Now, the only downside, obviously, is being a sedan, a little lower to the ground, obviously a good bit lower to the ground than what you're going to have with an SUV. So that will make a difference. You probably know that as far as what happens once the snow kind of starts to pile up and people start driving and creating ruts. It's just one of those things you have to consider, but one way or another, a very well-balanced vehicle, very enjoyable to drive. The handling characteristics are very good, so one way or another, no matter what the situation is, a lot to offer here. Okay, tell me what you think about the 2024 Volvo S60 Recharge. All-wheel drive model has a lot of advantages in a lot of areas. Tell me what your thoughts are. Is it the best compact executive sedan? If you want to know more about this model, don't forget there is a link in the description of the video to the Volvo Cars of Shreveport website. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends here at the dealership for loaning me this model for the day, and a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch and give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. If you haven't subscribed to the Vehicle Visionary YouTube channel just yet, please consider doing so. That way you don't miss any upcoming videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I will see you there.